Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today I go with Ego and we're going to be talking about what you probably should do if it's really hot outside. Or I would say generally this, what I'm about to show you might be the best practice. I had a subscriber tell me this is what they do with their tractor, but certainly in scorching heat, especially if the tractor is not undercover or in a cool place, you might want to consider what I'm about to tell you. So right now, you do not hear the unit on because the unit is not plugged into the tractor at all, and the batteries are all dislodged. So what I did was I got the tractor to 100% charge. Then I unplugged it, and then I pushed every single one. So right now, in theory, because the tractor said they were 100%, these are all 100% charged. They're not drawing into the system at all, or there's no computer checking them. So they're not getting a draw on them. So you're not getting a discharge from them being seeded. So when we seed these, the system has a built-in mechanism within its computer. Oh, that one's blinking red. Wonder why that one is blinking red. I have to look into that one. That one's blinking red. But it's got a, oh, there it goes. There it goes. It probably just needed to understand where it was at. So that looks fine. So the tractor has a big built-in mechanism, and get these words out, that checks the batteries, right? So it's always checking to see where they're at, if they're discharging or lowering their charge while they're seated. And then the system says, oh, I see that it might be down. And then it kicks on the charger, and then it starts charging it. As you can see, it's at 99%. Now, we could leave it this way, and then, like I said, the whole system will check and check and check again as long as it's plugged in. But the reality is once you're at this percentage, right, there's no real need to tell the system to to continue charging it. And especially in 100-degree heat wave, it makes no sense to put these things through that kind of checking and checking and checking, especially if it's 100 degrees outside. So just dislodge them like this, unseed them, do not have it plugged in, and just let the tractor sit, because there's nothing going to draw on those batteries, right? They're just sitting here. Now imagine the heat, has an effect on them even at this stage, because, if you have it out in the, in an area where the sun's hitting it and it's really hot, they might still, have, something might occur within them that would draw their power because of the intense heat. But also load them seated and having the tractor checking them all the time during a heat wave doesn't make any sense. So that's really it, folks. I just wanted to talk about this. And again, my subscriber who talked to me yesterday in a comment, this is what they do every time. They wait for their tractor to hit 100% charge, and they do this, and they just leave it. And then when they want to mow, they charge it. Once it hits 100%, they unplug it. They do what we've done here. And I imagine it saves money too, because I imagine having this thing plugged in all the time, it's drawing power every time it does that check. And then every time it does that check, it wants to charge. So there you go, folks. Just trying to talk about the heat. This might be what you want to do during a heat storm, a heat, whatever you want to call it, vortex or whatever they're calling it. I think that today I heard it was called a heat dome. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, and this has been the Tarkus Zone.